of this year. This airport was being built for the last 2-3 years, and just like Goa airport came up in a very quick time, this airport, with the help of Zurich airport, is now ready to take off. Secondly, we are connecting Noida directly to Delhi by all transport means, by a rapid rail transport, by metro, by rapid bus service. So there will be seamless integration of transport services from Noida across to Delhi. I mean, you can get down at Noida airport, you can take a rapid rail transport and come to Delhi airport. हम लोग इस तरह से प्लान कर रहे हैं. इसके अलावा the industrial climate in around Noida, वो हम लोग इस तरह से प्लान कर रहे हैं कि we have divided industrial zones into specific industrial zones, like यहाँ पर toy cluster आएगा, यहाँ पर electronics manufacturing cluster आएगा, यहाँ पर ITS industries आएंगी. एक और cluster हमने प्लान किया जहाँ पर केवल educational institutions आएंगे. A lot many educational institutes from across India have shown their interest to set up a base in Noida. इसके अलावा भी there are other industrial clusters also planned in Noida, जिसकी वजह से बहुत सारे लोग अब शिफ्ट हो रहे हैं नोएडा में, बहुत सारे जॉब्स भी आ रहे हैं अब नोएडा में. So the whole plan is to develop a very good ecosystem, a world-class ecosystem where people can come, set up their base in Noida and work from here. So we are now apart from smart cities, which are 17 across Uttar Pradesh, Noida is also being classified as one smart city in which all your utility services will be available through an app. अगर आपको कहीं पर कोई water connection चाहिए, कोई sewer connection चाहिए, कोई electricity connection चाहिए, all you need to do is download an app and apply there. So we are planning all these activities in tandem so that we give a good experience to the citizen living in Noida. Not only we are looking at ease of doing business, we are also trying to give our citizens that ease of living experience. So all of this, I hope, will make Noida the #1 destination for people to come and invest in India.
Rahul, your introduction.
Hi, I'm Rahul Garg, founder and CEO of Moklex. We are a B2B commerce company with India headquarters Noida, and we have around 800 people in Noida. We work with manufacturing organizations to become one-stop solution for their entire procurement and supply chain needs. Should I answer the question why we are in Noida as well?
Just briefly, then I'll come back to you again.
So yeah, I moved back to India in 2015, and I was looking at NCR, various cities to establish, and there were two obvious cities which had talent, one being Gurgaon and the other one being Noida. I found Noida actually had a better infrastructure at that point in time. The people ask me like the talent availability. I think when I think about it, we needed only 50 engineers. We said that Noida has a lot more engineers than 50. And now if I compare, I mean, the number of engineers that are there in the cities actually runs probably in hundreds of thousands engineers. But I said, I only need 50, and I'm sure I'll be able to attract those 50 people to work for me. And it has been a fantastic journey since then.
Thank you. Thank you. Gautam. Hello, everyone. My name is Gautam Kumar. I'm founder CEO at FarEye. FarEye is into complete B2B SaaS space, software as a service. We have logistic as a service platform, and we operate in 32 countries with the headquarters in Noida. So definitely, like for the second question, I'll leave a lot of stuff to talk about Noida, because when we moved almost 7 years before to Noida, we have seen all the benefits. We have created product that is completely made in Bharat and serving to 32 countries with customers likes of retail giant Walmart, furniture giant like IKEA, logistic companies like DHL, and then pharmaceutical companies like Johnson and Johnson. So definitely I have a lot to share about how in a cost-effective way to operate companies largely from Noida and attracting investors. I'll come on the second phase of the question, Nikhil, right? How we attracted investor to raise more than 1,000 crore rupees while we are sitting in Noida.
तो एक आपको सीक्रेट बताता हूँ बड़े गौतम के बारे में। गौतम का बिजनेस 90% बिजनेस विदेशों से आता है और उनके पास बहुत टेम्पटेशन थी सिंगापुर जाने की, यूएस जाने की। इनके फाउंडर भी 2 यूएस में रहते हैं, पर he decided to stay back in Noida and build up a company.
Great to be here. So I wear actually 3 hats. I moved to Noida. I moved my company to Noida in 2001. So the 3 hats that I wear is that of a Noida resident since 2004. And the second hat is that I've been entrepreneur twice, back in 2001, 2002 time frame, and now as an investor in early stage companies. And as you heard, FARA is one of the investing companies. We put in capital a few years back. Back in 2001 and roughly that time frame, we were in Delhi, and we were looking to expand. And we considered the 2 choices we had. We had to move out of Delhi. It was just becoming too expensive, too crowded. The talent was a problem. You might think that you get talent in Delhi, but it's very hard because the commute in Delhi, most of the people are trying to find their way into central business district or adjoining areas is very hard. So we had 2 choices between Gurgaon, naturally, and Noida. Given the proximity of Noida, number 1, to Delhi, and the easy commute, typically D&D was built, and from Ashram, it's about 7 kilometers first when you step into Noida. And the first few sectors that, which were becoming developed at that point, was Sector 16, Sector 18, Sector 1, 2, were extremely well connected. That was number 1. Second was the availability of talent, as a software products company. The availability of talent was just immense and very easy for us to be able to scale. We were able to easily convince our people to move from Delhi to Noida. And as an investor, I can tell you that many of our companies are actually located in Noida. And if you are a startup, whether you are a software products company or whether you're building a marketplace like what Rahul is building, or you are a hardware startup or you're getting into manufacturing, Noida actually gives you the infrastructure to be able to operate all of these companies or all of these units concurrently. And increasingly we are now seeing at least investments going into manufacturing and hardware, and therefore Noida is a great place. We will of course come to the virtues of why Noida more and more as Nikhil probes us, but I thought I'll just give you a quick introduction there.
तो 2005 में अनिल जी मेरे बड़े बेटे का जन्म हुआ और उसके बाद 2008 में मेरे दूसरे बेटे का जन्म हुआ। तो पहले कुछ साल हमारे रात जितनी गर्मियों की रात होती थी वो गाड़ी के अंदर बीतती थी, क्यों लाइट आती ही नहीं थी। और हम जैसे अकेले नहीं थे, हम जैसे बहुत सारे और पेरेंट्स होते थे जो सड़कों पे 100 गाड़ी लग जाती थी और रात को एसी चला के सोते थे कि बच्चों को सुबह स्कूल जाना है या आपको ऑफिस जाना है, लाइट आती नहीं थी। और जो बदलाव आया, मैं अपनी पर्सनल बता रहा हूँ कि अब लाइट जाती नहीं है। तो हम सुनते थे कि पूना में, बम्बई में ऐसे जगह है जहाँ लाइट जाती नहीं है। मेरा इंसिडेंटली मैं बॉम्बे में नौकरी करने का भी सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ, तो बड़ा अच्छा लगता था कि एसी चलता रहता, एसी बंद नहीं होता। हमारे यहाँ एसी का बिल ज़्यादा कभी नहीं आया क्योंकि लाइट आती नहीं थी। दूसरा, सुरक्षा की बात एक बहुत हमेशा उठती है उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर कि आई थिंक पर्सनली आई हैव सीन एंड मेनी ऑफ द एंटरप्रेन्योर्स विल एग्री दैट द सेफ्टी हैज़ ड्रामेटिकली इम्प्रूव्ड टुडे। UP NCR region and in fact to the side Ghaziabad all have become one of the safest places. तो उसके बारे में क्या कहना है आपका?
जब भी हमारी चीफ मिनिस्टर साहब के साथ मुलाकात होती है तो CM साहब हमसे यही कहते हैं कि जो यूपी का एक टैग था बीमारू स्टेट का, हमसे ये कहा जाता है कि इसको आप हटा दीजिए। यूपी को आप जब भी पोर्ट्रे करें तो आप पोर्ट्रे करिए यूपी एज अ लैंड ऑफ अनलिमिटेड पोटेंशियल। और नोएडा जो है वो यूपी का चेहरा है। नोएडा पहला शहर है, आप दिल्ली से आएंगे तो फर्क पड़ेगा, तो इसलिए उसको बहुत अच्छा होना बहुत ज़रूरी है। नोएडा में लॉ एंड ऑर्डर भी बहुत अच्छा हुआ है। नोएडा में बाकी जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फैसिलिटीज़ हैं कुछ के बारे में मैंने बताया, बाकी भी अच्छी हुई हैं। इनफैक्ट नोएडा वाज द फर्स्ट डिस्ट्रिक्ट जिसमें पावर सप्लाई प्राइवेटाइज हुई थी, पावर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन प्राइवेटाइज हुआ था by this company called Noida Power Company Limited, and it was the first district in Uttar Pradesh to for in which power supply was passed in private hands. Since then, power supply has been good. As far as law and order goes, CM साहब का यही कहना है कि आपका लॉ एंड ऑर्डर अच्छा है, वो जो मापदंड है वो ये होगा कि क्या that lady can go to her workplace in the night and then come back home safely? Can she move to a movie hall in night without any restrictions, without somebody, with eyes, with there are no eyes prying on her? So we wanted to give that sort of security in Noida city. नोएडा सिटी को हमने ऐसे प्लान किया था कि नोएडा जितनी भी गलियां हैं, स्ट्रीट्स हैं, सब में you have we installed CCTV cameras everywhere and connected with them to a integrated command and control center, जहाँ से we can हम लोग पूरे शहर पर नजर रख सकते हैं।
They had to be truly national in the true sense. So we said, okay, we will invite applications from across all domains of economy, right from agriculture to space. Everything was covered. And then due diligence was done by third parties. So we hired best of the talent to do due diligence. Third, once they finalized, it was not the government officers who sat in judgment on who are the best startups. It was also given to domain experts from private sector to judge who are the deserving startups for the startup awards. Extremely happy to see the way it has evolved over time. Now we are into our 4th year of National Startup Awards. And the most important thing, we don't just declare winners of the National Startup Awards. We say that, look, if you come to the stage where you are one of the finalists of the Startup Awards, you won. This means that you are actually one of the deserving startups of this country for every kind of support that government can give. And so there are 7 different, kind of dimensions that we have identified. For example, we know that these are the startups that have come after absolutely due diligence by public and private sectors. So they are the ones, the preferred companies, whom we take for every kind of support. For example, connecting with mentors, connecting with investors. Wherever there are any opportunities that government has to take startups for different events. For example, this particular event, startup awardees will get the first chance to be represented. Now, this is the kind of thing that they get. International market access. We work continuously and very, very systematically on international market access for Indian startups. That was a time when we said we want to get funding from overseas companies to Indian startups. We also want overseas markets for Indian companies. And this is where we started international bridges, international cooperation with different countries. Today, we have more than 21 bridges with best of the startup ecosystems of the world, where all these awardees, all these best of the startups are going to be connected on any opportunities. We have continuous events where we connect investors from these jurisdictions to our startups, and two-way exchange of ideas takes place. One more example I would like to give on policy entrepreneurship is the open network for digital commerce. That was also done by the DPIIT. Building on our success in UPI. So UPI is a ubiquitous concept. Everybody here, everybody knows about it. and it's gradually gaining global acceptance. It's grudging but gradual global acceptance. Grudging because of the inherent competition economics. Now, open network for digital commerce is something that we conceptualized during COVID. So it is one of the prime examples of Aapda Mein Avsar, as Honorable Prime Minister calls it. This was a difficult time. We were trying to solve a problem of connecting essential supplies to those who are confined in containment zones. And then we thought, why can't we have a protocolized approach to commerce rather than a platform approach to commerce? And the talent that we have in India, those who built UPI, those who built Beacon, they built what is called as open commerce protocols, and today we implemented open network for digital commerce. Now, when we were trying to conceptualize an institution for ONDC, the idea was very clear to us. We wanted to have a startup mindset. Innovation is key, and continuous innovation has to go on within the organization. So startup mindset was important. We also wanted government scale, because unless the government supports and government comes, you cannot have inclusivity. You can't include the marginal sections of society. Those retailers who are in tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 cities and villages, they will never be able to sell their products on e-commerce unless government supports them actively. So we said, okay, we will create a Section 8 company, that was a non-profit company. We didn't want the company to create profits for itself. So that was the first design principle. We said, okay, we'll go for a non-profit company. Then the company was created by DPIIT through QCI and kept outside of the government. And then we said, okay, now best of the private sector individuals, professionals, will man this company at market salaries. Now this is how the open network for digital commerce has been institutionalized. Again, a prime example of flexibility, dynamism, and deep, continuous stakeholder engagement. This is the time that we take so much pride in. The new India thrives on 3 key approaches: democratize, diversify, and develop. The policy ecosystem of this country is also driven by these 3 concepts. Democratization is ensured by collaboration, the right kind of stakeholders, and that ensures diversification. These 2 pillars are curated for the development agenda. We have witnessed spectacular and all-inclusive transformation because of these policy approaches. It is my privilege to be, talking about some of these incentives, some of these ideas, and I hope that your interaction in this event in Startup Mahakumbh, in these sessions, and when you go out to see the robust and vibrant startups of this country, it is going to be a fruitful exercise. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Always a delight to hear.